some of your players are coming from the Women's Premier League, and given the conditions here, would you say it's an advantage or also the quick turnaround? Is it something that you have to be concerned about?
A little bit of both. I mean, that's the nature of modern day cricket, is that you're constantly jumping from tournament to international cricket and vice versa. So I'd say to an extent it's somewhat of an advantage coming from playing cricket. What the conditions are going to be like, we'll have to find that out for ourselves tomorrow. But all I know is that the girls are really excited to be here in Bangladesh for the majority for the very first time and get the opportunity to play against the Bangladesh team, which outside of World Cups is a very rare thing for us. So it's an exciting opportunity for our group.
We'll just stick to one question again so we can get through more.
Alyssa, Australia played only one before here in Bangladesh. That was some 10 years ago. But you were part of that squad. It's pretty good there. How much you remember from that trip? Obviously, you won that tournament, but how much you remember?
I remember a lot of Sylhet. That was where we played a lot of our round games, and I think that's similar to the back end of this year in the World Cup. I think we played a lot of games there as well. But it was obviously 10 years ago. It was a long time, and there's been a lot of cricket in between. But I do have fond memories from being here in Bangladesh and the people and the hospitality in particular, and the way that they supported their cricket. So as far as the cricket goes, I can't really remember, but I'm excited for the opportunity to go back out there and experience these conditions and obviously get a part of the series, but also gain ourselves a lot of intel leading into what is a big tournament at the back end of the year.
So obviously you're taking on Bangladesh. Are there any players in particular that you would like to highlight that you think are threats for your team from the hosts?
Well, I mean, I think if you look at their squad as a whole, they possess a lot of skill within their bowling attack in particular. I think a lot of spin, which is quite noticeable and obviously a real challenge for teams not from the subcontinent to come over here to these conditions and have to counteract that. So probably not going to point out a couple of names in particular, but I think as a whole their bowling unit is a real strength of theirs. And watching a little bit of the series they played recently against India in these conditions, they made it really challenging for the aggression of that Indian batting lineup. So I think for us as a batting unit, we're going to have to counteract that and adapt to conditions really quickly and adapt to what they're going to throw at us with the ball in hand. So it's exciting for us. You know, we play a lot against teams like India and England and New Zealand, and we don't really get the opportunity to play against, Bangladesh very often. So for us as a group, to experience new conditions and experience new opposition to an extent is really exciting challenge for our group. And I think the group's in a great place to take that challenge head on.
Welcome to Bangladesh. It's been a decade since you last came here.
Mm-hmm.
So after that, what are you thinking about regarding this series? And another question, that you are multiple World Cup winner.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you thinking as a person playing against Bangladesh?
Well, I think Bangladesh pose a real threat to a lot of teams within the ODI Women's Championship in particular. I mean, they've fought their way into it, and they've got the opportunity now to play against the top nations in the world, which I think is a great thing for our sport, and also to be able to grow it right around the world. I mean, I sit here right now and there's a lot of you in the room wanting to talk about this series, which is hugely exciting for us as a team to be here and helping grow women's cricket in Bangladesh, which is cool. So like I keep saying, it's such a great opportunity for our group to come here into these really foreign conditions and play against a team that are really comfortable in these conditions and played their whole lives here. So for us, it's a great challenge, and I hope from a Bangladeshi point of view as well that it's a great opportunity for them to really take it to some really good sides that are coming to tour here, which is really exciting. So I'm looking forward to the experience. Obviously, like you said, it's been 10 years since we've been here, and that was a World Cup experience. So to be able to play 6 white ball games here on their own is a whole different experience, and obviously to gain a lot of intel into what conditions are going to be like at the back end of the year playing a World Cup here. So I think it's a hugely exciting 12 months for Bangladeshi cricket to be able to host obviously this series and some big series before, and obviously to host a T20 World Cup as well. It's great for the women's game here.
Usually Bangladeshi wickets are a bit slow and low, but do you think that when you're playing a women's IPL, you have got that adjustment right now? teams that are coming outside subcontinent, they're not that even with those weekend conditions.
Yeah, sure. I think as a team and as probably individuals within our team, we are quite blessed to be able to play in a lot of tournaments and a lot of series around the world, and we've experienced a lot of different conditions. So yes, I think that they are going to be quite foreign to us, but I think having that knowledge and that experience, in particular coming from the WPL, the Delhi wicket in particular was a little bit low and a little bit slow, which doesn't traditionally suit an Australian batting lineup, but in saying that, I think there's enough experience within our group and enough communication in particular to make sure that we're adapting to those conditions and still being able to score runs when they don't quite suit us.
In 2022, New Zealand Cricket Board decided to pay match and women's cricket team match fee and salary to prepare.
Yep.
Australia, South Africa, India, West Indies also same issue. As cricket board, one of the richest cricket board, do you think we should take that same decision for our
Without knowing the specifics of what happens here in Bangladesh, I mean, I hesitate to comment, but I would suggest that, in my opinion, looking around the world at the moment, that an ODI and a T20 international should equate to the same, whether it's a male or a female playing. It's still the same contest. It's still the same, cutthroat nature. You guys are all here wanting to talk about it. So, look, I'll leave it at that, and hopefully there is obviously some equality moving forward.
Alyssa, the Bangladesh captain said that they're looking forward to spending time with the Australian players as well. They're idols for the Bangladesh players. Is there also a responsibility from the Australian side to spend time with them? Ask for some tips maybe.
I wouldn't say there's a responsibility. I mean, we're going to be fierce in battle for the next 6 games. But in saying that, what I'm really proud of this group of people is that they see a greater responsibility within our side to continue to grow the game, and that doesn't necessarily mean going over and above, but there's always opportunities to intermingle between the sides and to talk about the game as a whole and to gain some useful experience. And that's not just on their part, that's me asking questions about playing here in Bangladesh and playing, against sides that we don't get the opportunity to play against either. So I think it goes both ways, and I think, like I said, I think the girls are really excited to be here and be a part of that, and hopefully those conversations take place. I've already had one conversation today around the toaster at breakfast, so I'm excited for many more to take place.
Alyssa, before coming here, did you have any discussion with Mr. Mitchell Stark about the Bangladesh condition, Bangladesh cricket, or have you ever mentioned any Bangladesh cricketer?
I have not really had that discussion, sorry to let you down, but on the flip side of that, a simple chat about conditions and potentially what we might find here has come up in conversation every now and then, but fortunately we're busy doing things on opposite sides of the world, even though we're as close as what we could possibly be right now with him in Kolkata, so we're actually not too far away.
4 or 5 of your players played the women's IPL final, and 3 of them are champions. Do you feel the champions players will be boosted morally high to do well in here more?
Yeah, I guess they would be. I mean, to go through a competition like the WPL, which is, quite chaotic, quite stressful, and to get the win at the end of it sort of makes it all worthwhile, right? So, yeah, I think they're obviously high on confidence, obviously buoyed by the win, and I'm sick of them talking about it. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into this series and we don't have to talk about the WPL anymore.
LJ, do you want to jump in with any questions?
I'll ask the classic one, Mitch. Do you have an 11 for us? And is there potential you guys can play 4 spinners?
I don't have the 11 for you for tomorrow's game just yet. We're still working through a few niggles and a bit of illness that's going around our group right now. So I'll wait to the toss there. But yeah, I mean, there's a real potential looking at conditions here and the statistics in the past that have shown that spin does play a big role here. I think that's probably dependent on the 11 that gets put out by the Bangladeshi team and also the touring teams that come here. So yeah, there is a real possibility of that, but I also still see our pace attack playing a really crucial role in this series moving forward. So hopefully we'll have that 11 settled tonight and we'll have it ready to go tomorrow. Yeah, look, I think there's some differing levels of battery power around our group at the moment, and I think that's part of the modern game, and that's exactly what is going to start happening moving forward. Players are playing right around the world 12 months of the year, and managing those expectations are going to be a real challenge. But fortunately for us, I feel we've got some great perspective within our group. I mean, we've got Taylor Vlmenic back in our squad for the first time for a long time. Sophie Molyneux back around the group. That there's enough perspective in there that, you know, if you're feeling a little bit tired, you're feeling a little bit fatigued, that, you know, there's players that are absolutely busting their gut to be here playing for Australia, and that's a nice reminder for each and every one of us. So the group are really excited to be here and excited to play, pull on the yellow and play for Australia again, which I think tips that